Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Let's talk about it. The worst case of shilling we've ever seen in our lifetimes. And no, it isn't Cassie, right? It isn't Firefly. It's a sustain. And her name is Fat Fuck. You guys will remember if you watched me during that time of a 3.3 beta, I had a few crash outs because Cypher, who actually was targeted as being a sub DPS, was getting out damaged by a sustain, right? And I was basically losing my mind of like, yo, this is supposed to be a healer for Castress, right? Sure, you can give her a little bit of damage, but why is she out damaging the sub DPS that is releasing on the exact same patch and has slight debuff capability, right? But of course, Cypher still ended up being decent and pretty general, so a lot of people still pulled her and enjoyed her. But my point still stands. If you compare current Hyacine value to Cypher's value in the current meta, holy fuck, man. You can't even see Cypher. She looks like an ant next to a bear, basically. And what's crazy is with the release of Cyrene, this has become even worse. I swear to God, every single new HP scaling character just increases Hyacine's value by an exponential amount that no one fucking expects. Because Memo Sprites don't have to deal with the one stack cooldown until Cyrene takes her turn again bullshit, and they can just generate as many stacks for Cyrene as they want to within how many ever turns they take. So Hyacine is the best sustained stack generator for Cyrene in the entirety of the game, and it's not even close, because Dan Heng's summon, for some fucking reason, doesn't count towards the stack generation for Cyrene, right? So Hyacine is now like one of, if not the strongest stack generator for Cyrene in the entirety of the game, and this has now solidified Hyacine as a best in slot in my day's team, where before it was always, oh, you know, you can use Gallagher, you can use Luocha, because my day isn't someone who actually cares about team healing in the slightest. He can't take all that good advantage of Hyacine's Lycone draining HP. And so single target healers were really fucking good with him, to the point they were competitive with Hyacine. But now, because of how much better Hyacine is at stacking Cyrene, it's not even a fucking competition. My day's best in slot team with Hyacine, it's almost a requirement to be able to actually get Cyrene to her max stacks in the first cycle. If you don't use Hyacine in a lot of these Cyrene teams you're watching people play around with, then you don't even get the ult until the fucking second cycle, right? You completely burn through a cycle by not having Hyacine on your team. So she's now best in slot for every single HP scaler, period, right? There is absolutely no debate when only considering best in slot teams. She is best in slot for every single one, and now because of Cyrene, even in my day teams, it's by a solid ass margin. I've seen a video of someone running it with Hyacine Cyrene and then running it with Gallagher or Luocha Cyrene, and holy fuck, Luocha Cyrene, okay, they used E2 My Day to make up for the loss of Hyacine, and it still cleared slower than an E0 My Day with Hyacine Cyrene. Holy fucking shit, right? It's really gotten out of hand, and even though many glaze Hyacine, and this is like a pretty known fact at this point, I don't think people truly understand just how fucking far this goes. On top of this, she is currently the best sustainer in the entirety of the game at E0S0. It's not necessarily because of her ult heal or her skill heal, it's because of the max HP increase, and also you get a little HP back from being hit by enemies with Hyacine, which is incredibly fucking powerful because this means you are getting like healed off turn without her actually needing to do anything, which is very, very strong these days with the high frequency of attacks, enemies are starting to have, right? Now, I also think Dan Heng is an incredibly good sustainer. However, I still think he is second to Hyacine because of this one mechanic that Hyacine has of being able to heal teammates and the max HP increase. But if you do go into like E0S1 Danny, or even all the way to E2, which doubles the amount of shield the dragon attacks give, then I would say he probably surpasses Hyacine, but still, it's crazy. She is the strongest DPS sustain in the game, right? Unless you consider vertical investment. I think Dan Heng can catch up, but then you have E6 Hyacine, which is an entirely other monster, right? So the strongest DPS sustain, the strongest healing sustain, best in slot for every single HP scaler, which is the current meta, and because of her ability to heal so well, with the recent addition of Anomaly Arbitration, it's making people feel not having Hyacine way more, right? It's a lot more tough for people to be able to sustain with things like Bailu, Luocha, Gallagher, Huo, Fushuan, as compared to Hyacine, who really just makes sustaining feel like a complete breeze, right? So Hyacine, it's gotten out of hand. This is easily the most shield character in the history of the game, and it's not even close. Now, I will say, finally, her reign should end. We will obviously get 1 or 2 sustains in the next version. According to a leaker, there's only going to be possibly 1 remembrance character in the entirety in version 4 at max, by the way. They're not even sure if there's going to be one. So her reign will finally end once we go into the new version. But holy fuck, what a run, right? Like, this is something you have to talk about. She is putting up prime LeBron numbers at this point. What she has been doing for people's accounts and the boost she's been giving to max HP scalers, it's fucking insane. It is beyond what any other character has done in the history of this game. And wow, right? Truly something special. That's all I wanted to say. Just wanted to make a quick video talking about how insanely overtuned Hyacine was, and to even then further shill her for the current meta by a large fucking amount. It feels just so crazy seeing a sustain have this much value. Love you all. Hope you have a great day. Hope you have a great night. Peace out. 5 seconds till I hit the 8-minute mark, so just deal with it for me, right? Love you all. Hope you have a great day. Hope you have a great night. Peace out.